Today I'm going to show you guys how to add 3D objects to your scene and track them inside of After Effects. Very fire skill to have inside the bag. Today I'm going to be working with basketball 3D models, but once you learn this technique, you can work with any 3D objects inside of After Effects, so it's very handy to know. With that being said, if you guys are new to Sacredtakes team, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. We're dropping videos every single week. Hit the notification bell, you don't want to miss out. Hit that like button if you guys support me and support my channel. All it does is help the YouTube algorithm push my videos out to other editors as well. So if you guys haven't hit the like button, go ahead, hit it right now. I'll wait. Hit that like button. With that being said, let's hop straight into the video. We're gonna add some 3D basketballs around the scene since he's at a basketball court right now, so it's gonna be fire. First thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and create a solid. So I'm gonna go over here to my workflow. I'm gonna press on solid and it's gonna create the solid for me. If you guys don't have workflow, you go to your panel, right click, go to new, solid, and it'll create a solid for you. Let's go ahead and delete the remaining of the solid that we won't be needing. Go ahead, change the name of the solid layer to element. So we'll be using Element 3D to add our 3D objects into the scene. But if you guys stick around to the end, I'll be showing you guys a way that you could add your objects without Element 3D. But if you guys don't have Element 3D, I still recommend you stick around because Element 3D is one of the best plugins to have inside of After Effects to add 3D objects to your scene. So stick around and watch the video for sure. Now I'm gonna show you guys where you could get your 3D objects from. So right now we're on sketchfab.com. I'm gonna link it down below so you guys can go ahead and download your 3D objects as well. But as you can see, some of these options you have to pay for. If there's a money sign in the top right corner, it usually means that you have to pay for it. But there are a lot of free objects as well. For you to find the free ones, make sure you check on downloadable right there. As you guys can see, it has a download button in the top right corner. That means it's free. So this basketball right here, for instance, is free. We're gonna go ahead and press on it. You could go ahead and press left on your mouse and you could rotate it, see how it is. Look how fire it is. For a free object, it's very clean. We're gonna come back to this later, guys, so we're just gonna leave this tab open. And then we're gonna go to Turbo Squid, and this is where I like to download most of my files. A lot of the products on Turbo Squid is OBJ, and for you to work with Element 3D, you need OBJ files. On Sketchfab, there's a lot of JLB files and not a lot of OBJ files. So we're gonna go to Turbo Squid, and this is where I found my basketball right here. All you do to find it is you go to turbosquid.com, you go to the search, and I put Basketball Classic Standard. And as you guys can see, we got our ball right here. Then we're gonna make sure we press on Basketball Ball OBJ zip, and we also make sure we download the textures for the basketball as well. So don't forget to do that. I already have it downloaded, so we're gonna hop back into After Effects. Now we're gonna go ahead and apply Element 3D. Go ahead and search it up. Element. We're gonna go to our scene setup. We're gonna go ahead and press on import. We have our basketball right here. We're gonna go ahead and press open. Press OK. Now we're gonna go ahead and press on normalize size. As you guys can see, we have the ball. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our texture. We're gonna press on our material right here with a ball. As you guys can see on the diffuse, glossiness, normal bump, it's red. Right there we got the matte diffuse. We're gonna press that. And we're gonna go ahead and find our file with our textures right here. I'm gonna press on this one. Boom, it loads in. Go ahead, press OK. Right here it says matte specular. We're gonna go put this one with matte specular as well. Press open, press OK. And then for the normal bump, it says matte normal. I'm gonna go ahead and find that now. Matte normal right there. Go ahead and open it. It's OK. As you guys can see, now all the textures are applied. Now we're gonna go ahead and press OK. Now we're gonna match the lighting of the ball to the scene. We're gonna go to custom layers, custom texture maps. We're gonna go on that first layer and we're gonna select the clip itself. I'm gonna go back into scene setup. I'm gonna go to environment, press on this down arrow right here. Go ahead, select the scene, press OK. It's OK. Now it matched up a little bit better. For us to do some even better corrections, we're gonna search up metric color, press on it. I'm gonna go to basic correction. I'm gonna bring up that exposure a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Let's bring the saturation up a little bit more, make it more orange. Maybe bring the shadows down actually. That temperature, let's bump it up a little bit. Now if you play it back, you guys can see it's matched better to the scene. Now we're gonna go ahead and place it where we want it to be in the scene. So we're gonna go to group 1 on the element, go to particle replicator, and then on position X and Y, I'm gonna go ahead and move that to the side. Now if we play it back, you guys can see it is not tracked to the scene, but don't worry, we're gonna track it right now. We're gonna go ahead and press on our clip. We're gonna right click, go to track and stabilize, track the camera. We're also gonna hide the basketball so we know where we wanna track it to. But go ahead and let After Effects analyze the background. As you guys can see, it created the track points. We're gonna go ahead and make them bigger. Now we're gonna select a point in the video where there's a lot of track points to grab onto. So we're gonna go ahead and select this area right here. We're gonna right click, create solid and camera. We'll go ahead and turn our basketball back on. And now if we play it back, you guys can see the basketball is there and it's not tracked to the scene at all. It looks a little bit weird, but don't worry, we're gonna fix that right now. We're gonna go back to our element. I'm gonna show you guys the sauce right now to track it to your scene. So you wanna go to your particle look right here. You wanna go to particle size and you wanna bump it up. You wanna make it pretty big because we're gonna be pushing it back into Z space. Let's do 23 for now. We're gonna go to position Z. We're just gonna push it back into Z space. I'm gonna mess with the position X and Y again. Put it where we want it to be at. It's gonna move a little bit slower since it's pushed out far back into Z space. Let's go ahead and bump up the size a little bit. Now if I play it back, you guys can see it's tracked a little bit better, but it's still kind of tweaking out. So we're gonna keep messing with the settings, and this is what we're pretty much doing. We're just messing around with the settings until we get a nice track. It's a very easy way to track your objects to the scene. So make sure you guys hit that like button for this sauce right here. I'm done playing around. Let's go to 80, something very crazy. Let's push it back even more. Go ahead and move that. So I recommend doing this manually. Let's go 6,000, bring it up just like that. Now we play it back, the track is getting better, but it's still kind of funky right there. So let's go ahead and bring that particle size even more up. So I'm gonna go 120, push it even more back into Z space. Let's go ahead and make this negative 7,000. I'm liking how it's looking. Let me just push it back a little bit more. Put it up. Make sure you guys save so it doesn't crash on you. Now if we play it back, you guys can see it is tracked to the scene. Now we're gonna add some rotation to it. So we're gonna go to multi-object, enable that. We're gonna keyframe the rotation right here. We're gonna go to the end. We're gonna rotate it a little bit, just like so. Now if we play it back, there's a rotation around the ball. For us to make those animations a little bit more smooth, we're gonna press U on our keyboard to bring up those keyframes. Press F9, easy ease them. Make sure you press on toggle switches and modes as well. Add some motion blur, let's not forget that. Now if we play it back, you guys can see there's a little blur on the ball as it's rotating, makes it look more realistic, which is very fire. Now we're gonna add another ball to the scene. If you guys wanted to add a lot more balls, you go to particle replicator, you bring that particle count up to like, we could bring that up to like 20. As you can see, there's gonna be some more balls added. For you to actually see them in the scene, you go to replicator effects, go to scatter, and you will move them around. Bring that up to like 100. As you can see, when you mess with these settings, they're gonna go ahead and spread out. But we're not gonna do that for the tutorial's sake since I don't wanna have that many balls. We're gonna simply just Control D on the element. We're gonna go to our particle replicator. We're gonna move the position. Put like 9,000, bring that down, just like that. One thing we're gonna switch is the rotation of this ball from the other one. So we're gonna go to rotation right here. So we're gonna go back to our particle look, go to our multi-object, press U on our keyboard to see our rotations. We're gonna go ahead and delete those. We're gonna add another keyframe at the rotation at the beginning. Go to the end, we're gonna rotate it the other way. Highlight those keyframes, press F9 and easy ease, make them more smooth. Now if we play it back, guys can see we have two balls in the scene and they're perfectly tracked. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some blur to the balls to make them look a little bit more realistic. We're gonna go ahead and search up camera lens blur. You can leave the radius at 5. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. We're gonna go to the other ball, paste it. As you guys can see, there's some blur on the balls and it just makes it a little bit more realistic with the scene. But that's pretty much how you guys can add 3D objects to your scenes with Element 3D. Now I'm gonna show you guys a free version to do it without Element 3D. And for this sauce I'm giving you guys, don't forget to hit that like button down below if you haven't hit it. Hit that like button, it really helps my channel grow. And also the subscribe button. We're dropping videos every single week. Let's get back into it. So we're gonna go ahead and delete our elements because we won't be needing it. We can leave the 3D camera. This time instead of Turbo Squid, we're gonna use Sketchfab like I was telling you guys in the beginning. This is the free ball that I found. We're gonna go ahead and scroll down. We're gonna press download 3D model. Now we're gonna go ahead and download the JLB this time instead of OBJ. We're gonna download the biggest file, which is this one right here. Go ahead and press download. Now I'm gonna go ahead and drop that JLB file into the scene. Press OK. Press OK. We're gonna bring up the transform options. As you guys can see, it is huge, so we're gonna scale it down. We're gonna mess around with the rotation since it's upside down. It's jumping around crazy like it was before. We're gonna do the same method that we did before. We're gonna push it back in Z space, bring up the scale, bring it down. Let's bring it to the side right there. Let's push it more back into Z space, something crazy. Bring up the scale, and now when we play it back, you guys can see we have the ball tracked into the scene without Element 3D. And that is the end of this tutorial, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know down in the comments down below if you guys want me to do more 3D tutorials as well. If you guys new to the channel and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button now. Join the Sacredtakes family. Come on in, give me a hug, come on. Also, don't forget to hit that like button. You guys were already supposed to hit it, but if you didn't hit it, I'll give you one more chance. Go ahead, hit that like button right now. Help support the channel. It's free. You're not paying me a single dime. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next tutorial. Peace.